Alright, so this video is going to be very different from all the other videos that I've done, but it's incredibly important. At least I think it is. Part of being a Sanders supporter is that we have a responsibility to help others. Now, what I'm talking about is in this video I'm going to share a couple secrets that I've discovered on how to make it in engineering for a recent college graduate. Okay. Now, these are just stuff that I tried and worked. They may not work for you. I'm not promising you that if you follow everything that I say that it's going to work 100%. It might not work at all. But the way how I see it, it can't hurt to get the knowledge out there. Okay? So, first tip is join an organization. This is probably the biggest tip that I can give any young engineer trying to get into the field, or any engineer that's in school. Seriously, from day one, join an engineering organization, especially one that does design competitions. A really good one is the Society of Automotive Engineers. This organization has done more for my career than anything else that I've done, or any other class, anything that I've done in school. The Society of Automotive Engineers. I have gotten several job connections from that. And not only just contacts, or just leads, but actual jobs. Summer jobs, internships, all of that was made possible by the Society of Automotive Engineers. Join that organization. Do the Formula SAE competition. And a lot of schools will allow you to use the Formula SAE competition as your senior design project. So you'll actually get points, get credits towards graduation, doing something that's going to benefit you big time in the long run. I'm telling you right now, if you take nothing else from this video and you're a student in college, join SAE or join any engineering organization that does design competitions. This is critical. I've just spoken to a recruiter, and that was one of the key things that they're looking for now. You know, they're like, yeah, you get a couple resumes, there are like 30 or 40 of them. And out of the 30 or 40, 20 of them have 4.0 or really good grades, but nothing else. And to them, that's boring. But if you have a candidate, in the recruiter's word, that lives and breathes the major. So in the case of, engineering, they have projects on their resumes that shows that, yeah, they're all about that engineering life. They will get preferential treatment, and that's just the way how it is. I'm just letting you in on it. The second tip I'll give you is put projects on your resume. Now, a lot of career centers have been going around telling people, oh, put your last classes or classes that are applicable on your resume. This is bullshit advice. Just hear me out on this. Put projects. It doesn't matter what the project is. If you did a thermal project about where you had to design something, put that on your resume. Put any project that you've ever worked on, any team project, any group project. It doesn't matter if it was for a class. It doesn't matter if it was a competition. Write a brief paragraph on it. Put it in a section on the top of your resume called your project section. This is key, because what it's doing is it's selling more of the assets that you've already accumulated while you're in school. One of the key reasons why a lot of people are not getting work right now is that they're not effectively marketing the tools that they already have. And you've been given a huge suite of tools. You just don't know it, and you're just not advertising it. So yes, put your projects on your resume. I'm telling you, this will pay off big time. The third tip I can give you is don't be an asshole in school. Like seriously, if you're in a team and you're in a you have a group project or whatever, show up to the meetings. Do your assignment. Do your part of the assignment. Participate. Volunteer to help. Just don't be a dick. Bring donuts in if you're in on the weekend. Whatever you can do. Just don't be a jerk. Get your rest of your team to like you and respect you. This is huge because when you graduate, you're going to have to rely on those same people as your first set of connections in the industry. And I'm telling you, engineering, I don't know for any other field, it's a very network driven industry. Like, it's all about who you know. And a lot of people know a lot of have a lot of good connections, but they don't exploit them. Which brings me to my fourth tip. Network, 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 network. Like, whenever, and I'm giving you what I mean by networking. Talk to your friends, talk to your family, talk to anybody in your field. If you hear a friend says to you in a casual conversation, hey man, I just got this awesome job, I'm working at this company, I'm so happy, they're going to pay me X, Y, Z, all this stuff. After you congratulate them, tell them how awesome it is, and be genuine, don't fake anything. Your next question should be, how did you get that job? Always ask that question. And a lot of times they'll be like, oh, well, my aunt works so and so, so and so, so and so, or I have a friend that works there, or my dad sent an email to his boss, or blah, 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 etc. Ask them these questions. And then don't be ashamed to ask them to give you that contact, or if they don't feel comfortable giving you the contact, wait a couple months in, and then ask them if they can send an email with your resume to the HR person. It's literally something that takes 2 minutes out of their day, but can have a life-changing impact on you. Always, always ask questions. That's huge. Knowledge is truly power. Okay, and let's see if I have any more tips. This is a tip that I got from an ex professional rally racer from England, who came over here to start a racing school. He gave me one tip. He gave me several tips, and a lot of them were good, but this is the one that stands out right now. If you want to get into an industry, or if you want to get into something exclusive like professional racing, music, whatever it is, go to the bars where these guys hang out. Find out where these people spend most of their time. It's not very hard. If you have a major corporation that you want to work for in your area, start going out. Start talking to people. Go out round about happy hour. Go out on the Fridays. Go out on the weekends. And talk to people. You will meet so many people there. And when you meet somebody who's in a place where you're from, where you want to get into, like I said, ask them questions. Ask them, hey, how did you get into this field? Hey, I'm really interested in getting into this. Talk to people. And trust me, it will work. The world is changing. If you're somebody who's looking for a job, or you're going to be looking for a job, and you're just putting your resume in on a website, you're not going to get a call back. It is statistically highly unlikely. And which brings me to the final tip that I just thought about. Use your school's career services websites. And the reason why is because a lot of times those websites actually have the person on it who created that that job posting. You will have their contact information, their telephone number or their email address. After you submit your application, follow up with an email, follow up with a phone call. Wait a couple days, follow up to find out the status of your application. This is what makes all the difference, I'm telling you. And that's all I got to say. I hope this video helps somebody out there, and good luck.